What's up, guys? TGM here, back with you again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Gotham Central. I just finished the omnibus last night, and I had to talk about it because it definitely left an impression on me. I'll get to the why I had to talk about it towards the end of the video, but I really wanted to talk about it because it is such a great series. It's as of right now, as of this moment right now, it's one of the best reads I've read period. It's not the best read, but it is right up there with among some of the best reads I've ever had the pleasure of reading. You know, it has a lot of things. It is a lot of things, which is great too. But I'll get that into when the rest of the video happens. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this book, and just first and foremost, I highly encourage you guys to go out and read this series because first off, let me just say that you don't have to know the lore. You guys know me that I really don't know a whole lot of DC stuff. I mean, I know quite a bit. I know who Batman is, and obviously who New Joker is, and I know that there was a Justice Society of America, before the Justice League of America. I know all that. But as far as like the details go, like as far as like individual characters and where they fit in the universe and this and that, whatever, very, very minor characters, I have no clue. I have no clue about their lore and who they are, and what makes them tick. The great thing about this is you don't need to know that. You don't need to know. You can just go in, jump in fresh, and this book just tells a fantastic story. Now, the basic story of this is telling the story of the Gotham Central Police Department, mainly their detective unit, their major crimes unit, and with all these detectives going out and solving cases. It's basically 48 Hours, the TV show, and the one on A&E, but it's in comic format, and it's in Gotham City. So basically, you're along the ride while they are trying to solve cases that are involved in the city of Gotham. Now it goes from many different types of cases, from murders to robberies to pretty much anything that falls in line with a crime they're involved with. Now, you think this is all about supervillains and what have you, the major villains like the Joker, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, and stuff like that. Well, they do make appearances here. There are supervillains in this story. It's not the typical quote unquote superhero comic. It's a very, very, very human story. This story has a lot of weight to it. Has a lot of volume to it. You get to know the characters. You get to know what they're about and what their motives are, and what kind of secrets are they harboring, and just this and that. It's very well written. This is written by one of my favorite writer of all time is Ed Brubaker, and also by Greg Rucka, who's also a very, very accomplished writer. And they sort of switch back and forth. I know I mentioned this between when I did the sort of the overview of the omnibus, that they would sort of switch between night and day, their writing styles, and it fits perfectly. Like they sort of, some of the team members sort of overlap with the other team members during the day and the other police in the night. There's a lot of continued continuity going on there, and it's just woven into a nice, very cohesive story, and it just works so well. It works so good. Now, like I said, you do see Batman here and there, and you do see villains, here and there that pop up, but those characters that we all know and love, they're not the main focus here. The main focus here is the detectives and what they're trying to accomplish and what they try to do. Now, there's an overarching story that is within the pages of the book, which I won't spoil here. But there is an ongoing sort of trouble that they have within the book, within the story. And when I read the final page of the book, when I got to the final page of the book and how this situation that happened to the detectives and stuff like that, how it happened to a certain character, let's just say, in the book, I literally turned the page, read it, and said out loud, "No, this can't end like this." My jaw dropped. I was flabbergasted. It's one of the few times where, coming at the end of a book, that I have had a really strong emotional reaction to. Now, the only other time I can think of where I actually had an outburst or some sort of major feeling towards the end of a book was Y the Last Man. And for those of you who have read the Y the Last Man, you know why that is. No pun intended, but there's a good reason for that. This made me feel another type of emotion, which was just disbelief. And after that reaction, I had to sit there and sort of stew over it. I had to simmer and sort of marinate over what I actually read, and I had to think about, the repercussions of this action and what all these characters had to go through. And it's so crazy because you look at these characters, you read about these characters, and a lot of them have very good interaction. There's a lot of different interactions and how they work with each other and who they work with, and what type of relationships they have. Because a lot of these guys, they have partners. That they work. Either a male partner, male female partner. An older detective with a younger detective. There's all type of different dynamics here, and what bleeds into their personal life with their work life, and it's just all this type of great sense of community, and it feels like real life. It feels like real life, and that's what's what I believe is a great selling point to this, is that it's not, I won't say rare, but it's very unheard of for a superhero comic or a comic that's set in a superhero universe to not really include their big names and their big superpowered people and stuff like that, and get to basically get what the nitty-gritty is of what the crux of the universe is: the ordinary people and what they're trying to do, how they're trying to live their lives amongst all these gods and monsters and all this stuff, and how they live their life and trying to get by. And that's what I love about it. Like, it's such a great series, guys. You guys need to check this out. I highly recommend this. Really nothing more I can say about Gotham Central other than get it. Now, I have been told by a good friend of mine that there is sort of a continuation of what happens toward the end. It does get resolved towards in another book, but I'll talk about that later on when I do read that book, and what book that is, how that gets resolved, and later on down the road. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I will get that book because I need to find out what happens. But yeah, guys, get Gotham Central. It's awesome. One of my highest recommendations I can possibly give to you guys. Get it, and I do not believe you'll be sorry to get it. It's everybody I talk to says it's amazing, and they enjoyed it, and they have no issues with it whatsoever. So take care, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Hope to guys hear from you guys soon, and I'll have to catch you guys later. Bye.